So a few days ago, I made a video talking about the future of DC and their video games, and in that same video, I talked a little bit about how a Superman game could work. So now in this video, I want to go a little bit more in depth about how a Superman game could really work. But before we get into it, guys, we hit 500 subscribers, I believe, on December 27th. I didn't make a video as soon as possible because the boy wasn't feeling too well, but I'm here now, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watched, subscribed, liked, comment, all of the above, because it means a lot to me. I always say I put a lot of work into these videos. Takes time, takes a good amount of time, and to see the reception on these videos, it's always great. And we not only hit 500, we actually passed it in like the same day. We're like 508 now. So yeah, I appreciate all the support. 2024, let's get to 1,000. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all the support. I'm going to keep putting out videos. Hopefully you guys keep watching them. I'm going to try to improve my content in any way possible. And of course, leave any feedback that you have. And let's get straight into the video. So for the Superman game, I recently started watching My Adventures with Superman. And by recently, I mean yesterday. There's 10 episodes. Already got to episode 7 yesterday. Granted, the episodes are like 22 minutes long, but you get my point. So the show follows Superman, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen in their early years. I assume they're all the same age, which is like 23. They said Lois Lane was 23, so I think it's safe to assume they're all like 23. Oh yeah, spoilers ahead if you don't want to spoil yourself. So essentially, Superman is still pretty new with his powers. He uses them pretty often, saves people, saves cats from trees and stuff. You know, the basic Superman superheroing things. But pretty early into the show, he, Lois, and Jimmy find themselves in a predicament where Superman has to come out and save the day. Or I guess I should say Clark, because, he wasn't Superman yet officially. So now, just cut into the chase, Clark is now officially Superman, got the suit, got the title and everything, but he's still pretty new with his powers. Even for a few episodes, he doesn't have his heat vision, or even yet I haven't seen his freeze breath or anything. He just knows how to fly, move really fast, and punch hard. Now you may ask, how does this fit into your whole idea of a Superman game? Well, if you're going to make a Superman game, you want to make it so Superman is at a disadvantage, right? You can't have a game where he's just overpowered and he's just punching goons and it would pretty much be Batman Arkham if the whole series was just Batman versus the thugs. And I'm talking like the average, the most basic thugs, the ones you just come across the street every day. We don't want that. We don't want that for a whole game, a whole series of games, whatever the case may be. You want a game where it's going to be challenging. You have fun, of course, being Superman, but it's going to be challenging at times. So make the game where Superman just became Superman, or start the game off as Superman, Clark being still Clark, trying to figure out how to become Superman, who he really is. And of course, trying to figure out how to use his powers more effectively and to unlock his powers. So at the beginning of the game, let's just say you play as Clark, who dresses up as some random dude with like a hoodie on to save some people, right? But he only knows how to fly and punch really hard. No heat vision, no freeze breath, nothing else. Then as time goes on, the game goes on, you unlock the heat vision, the freeze breath, any other powers he has. The X-ray vision, all of that. And with those powers, you can bring in skill trees for each ability. Then as time goes on, the game goes on, you unlock more of his abilities, the heat vision, the freeze breath, the X-ray vision, and of course with those abilities you can have skill trees to expand and improve on the abilities. Same goes for the strength and the flying. You can improve your flying speed and improve your strength. Same goes for the super strength and the flying. As the game progresses, you can increase your flying speed and increase your strength. Pretty much whoever were to make this game needs to just follow the same formula as many of these other games, particularly the Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man games and the Batman Arkham series. In the beginning of the Batman Arkham games, you start off with a certain number of gadgets, and as the game progresses, you unlock more. In Insomniac Spider-Man, you start off with a certain level of moves and gadgets, and your swinging speed is slower than the beginning. Then, as the game goes on, progresses, you can upgrade all of those. To me, this is probably the best way for a Superman game to be made, because then at the end of the game, Superman can be more developed, he knows who he is, knows what he's capable of, and then that leaves room for a sequel and a third game. Shoot, even a fourth game, if you want to go down that route, you can make a Supergirl game, you can make games based off of his sons. And I do know if they were to make a Superman game, some people probably would want it to be handled the same way as Insomniac Spider-Man, where like Peter was already 8 years into being Spider-Man. We didn't need to go through the whole backstory and all that. So some people might want the same thing for Superman, where they just toss us into the game with Superman pretty much knowing all of his powers and what he's capable of. But that's probably not the best way for a Superman game to work. Like, it worked for Spider-Man, but for Superman, who's extremely overpowered, that might not work for multiple games. I would go as far as saying to make the game just pretty much a copy and paste of this show. not work, but rather it wouldn't be in the best interest of the developers and the game. You know, I don't read comics or anything. I don't read comics at all, really. So this is my main source of Superman information right here. Though I haven't watched Superman and Lois, and that's another good one. But again, in that show, Superman's already experienced. He has a family and everything, so not in the best interests for a game, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is the best way or a good way for a Superman game to be made, or do you want it to be similar to Spider-Man, where they just drop us into Superman and he's already overpowered and experienced? Let's conversate in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, if you like the video, like it up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And of course, Happy New Year. See you all in 2024.